13 First Alert Chief Meteorologist Brian Schofield. How's it going, Brian?
Oh, looking good out there right now. A little breezy, but look at that view. That's nice. That should change. 13 First Alert forecast. Yeah, everything's going. Look at it. Everyone's enjoying the day, trying to get out of town, but you know, really there'll be so much strong wind in here. There's nowhere you can go because it's so widespread, the wind we're going to get tomorrow. Valley View Cam looks good. Here are your temperatures. Unbelievable numbers. We told you the two parts to the story, wind and warm. And there's no joke right there, even adjusting numbers right there. So middle 80s will have to do. Peak gusts today, not impressive, nor do we expect them to be the remainder of the day. We expect them to be a little more impressive for tomorrow. Remember, peak gusts tomorrow could be closer to 45 miles per hour today, 25 to 30. But let me show you some of the areas that will see some of the stronger winds. Henderson, yes, you're not out of the woods yet, that's for sure. McCarran Airport, look at it, between about noon and 4, we get some of the strongest winds. These are sustained winds, but we know the gusts could be, another 20 miles per hour more than that. And you can see they last through the evening hours as well, maybe not as strong, but they're still up there. So we're expecting a pretty good wind maker to come through, and it looks like most of the moisture from it's going to be so far to the north that we're not going to see much of that here, and that's always kind of a bummer, you know, because we would really like to see a little more rain out of the bargain. But there's your weather maker. It doesn't look that obtrusive right now, but it will be. One actually leaving the area, another one coming in. We're kind of almost in a break period, almost, but we're not getting much of a break considering that we're getting some breezes today, but we don't mind those. We don't mind some breezes. No, we can deal with that. But let me show you FUTURECAST. Watch FUTURECAST. Really, as it comes close, you think, okay, maybe there's a chance. Maybe the Sierra won't wring out all the moisture. Certainly going to get snow there as it pushes through California. Then it just breaks apart like that. So we don't anticipate any rain out of it, which once again is too bad, but definitely seeing some wind out of it. So for tonight, nice mild conditions. The wind starts to settle down a little bit more. 62 degrees overnight. So overnight lows have pushed out of the 50s into the 60s. And even with tomorrow's storm, likely seeing a temperature that'll be maybe a little cooler than today, but I wouldn't call it cool, 81 degrees. We'll call it mostly sunny still, breezy to gusty at times, borderline gusts. Those gusts will actually be higher, than closer to 45 for tomorrow. And definitely looking at upper 70s come in for Friday. So we do cool down. The system does bring a little cooler element with it, you can see. But we start off the weekend back into the 80s again. And then it still looks like later on Easter Sunday, but not starting off the morning, but later on we'll start to pick up the winds. Maybe later it'll get windy, but more so wind for Monday as that next system rolls on through the area. But we still keep the heat. Systems just don't push far enough south to really bring down the temperatures or kind of loosen high pressure at all. But what they do is bring wind for us. So afternoon highs generally more 80s than you know what to do with there, and overnight lows back into the 60s, but several windy days ahead. And tomorrow, remember, wind advisory starting in the afternoon hours and going through the evening hours. Back to you, Carla.
All right, thanks, Brian. A scary find in a hotel room. A snake was found in a dresser drawer. It happened to a guest at a hotel in Massachusetts. The guest then called a manager, who then called